Hi, it's Tyrone from tyroneshum.com. Firstly, I just want to say a big thank you for everybody who's left a comment and also participated in this as well. And for the people who've also given me some really positive and also critical feedback, constructive criticism there, I really appreciate that because I'm learning as much as I can in this challenge, and so is Pat as well. So I want to let you know I'm not an expert at any of this. If you ask me anything about outsourcing, I'd be able to tell you all about it and automation. But when it comes down to setting up niche websites and building them and getting them to do the market research and so forth, I'm not the best at it. And that's why I'm doing this challenge, because I want to learn and also be able to share this with you, my ups and downs. So what I want to share with you today is to give you an overview of where I'm at the moment, and also just to inform you that I've had to change my niche because the niche that I've chosen isn't viable. And I want to also tell you why that's not viable as well, then go through the steps after that, showing you how I came about to the next niche as well. So let's just jump straight into my Google search engine window on my Internet Explorer first. And I want to just show you what happened here. Firstly, I chose baby predictions based on the top 10 results that I was provided from my virtual assistant. And after reviewing it and doing a little bit more keyword research into it, I realized that firstly, there's too much competition. And secondly, I based my predictions or all my search on exact keyword terms. And I'll give you an example what I mean by that. Currently, I've typed in baby predictions here. And what you'll see here is it will return about 1.79 million results, which is a lot of results. But this is what we call a broad term search here. And that means that anything that has baby predictions inside its website and so forth, it will come up. But what I did was I tried to narrow it down, and I put in quotation marks around there, and I clicked search there. And that came up with 11,100 results, which was good in many ways because it was less than the criteria I was looking at, which is under 30,000 competing websites. But the problem with that is that not many people type in quotation marks baby predictions. And that was the mistake I made there. Second thing as well too, I just want to share with you is competition, as I said. So let me just open up my Market Samurai screen for you. And I'll show you right here. We plugged this straight into the Market Samurai, and it showed me exactly where the competition lies. And originally when I did the search based on just baby predictions as a keyword term and have it in quotation marks, it basically brought PRs between 0 to about 2. So it's an average of 0.7 something, which was not accurate because not many people search on that term. Now, when I did it on a broad search, it brought back these results, which was quite competitive, like 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3. And once you get above those, it becomes extremely, extremely hard. And I wish I actually ran these figures through earlier just to make sure, but this is why I'm learning and also realizing that this was a big mistake. So the big takeaway lesson on this is to make sure that you are doing your research based on a broad match term or broad keyword, and also to make sure that when you check your competition, that there is not too much competition there. So that's a big mistake I think a lot of people make when they go into starting a niche market. And obviously I've shown you what I've done wrong as well too. So hopefully you can see not to go down that path. All right, so what I wanted to jump into now is, before I go into it, if you don't have Market Samurai, I highly, highly recommend getting a copy of it, because it will speed up your time to do the researches that I've been able to do that I'm going to show you right now. And if you want to get it, just you can get a trial-free copy. Simply just click on the link that I'll be presenting right below here as well, and you'll be able to download Market Samurai for free through a trial period. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you exactly how I came about to find my next niche market, which will show you exactly what happened. All right, so rather than just saying, look, I don't want to go into that market anymore, I just thought I'll jump back into the 10 hot market researches that we've previously done, and my virtual assistant came out with all these niches that we could potentially go into based on ClickBank results. And the first one, I just went, okay, I'll take raw food detox. And raw food detox was something I just punched straight into Market Samurai. So let's take this, and I'll show you exactly what I did in Market Samurai, and to show you how I came about this final result, which I'll let you just make the judgment whether or not this is a good market to jump into. All right, I've jumped into Market Samurai and I punched in the key term niche that I wanted to look into called raw food detox. And after doing a simple generic keyword term search just to see what other key terms or keywords can come up, it brought up with all these results down below. All right, now I've got a specific criteria here, and I follow the things that the challenge, which is held by Ed Dale and his team, that's held every year. I've just taken his criteria and plugged them straight into here. And the first thing I wanted to just mention is the SEO traffic. They say that you have to have a minimum, or should have a minimum of 80 searches per day. So I'll punch that in. And then phrase to broad match ratio, they said at least a minimum of 15%. That basically means that whatever key terms are defined inside, say for example, the searches, like if you have a long-term keyword, if say raw food detox is located in raw food detox headquarters or shop or whatever, it will make sure that it's got no more than a 15% match. All right, so I punch that in and I'll click refresh filters. And what happened is that there's all these results that have just been filtered and shown right here. And then once I've done that, I'll usually just sort it by searches over here. And you'll see that obviously there's a lot of big searches. But what's most important is to eliminate the competition. So I've already done an analyze keywords and checked out to find out whether or not these keywords have all this competition. Now what I'll do is also you need to look at having a maximum of 30,000 competing websites. And that's a criteria that I just went by on the challenge. And it is very, very powerful to actually streamline that down. And I showed you previously my mistake on what I didn't look out for. So I'll click refresh filters here. And you'll see right here, SEOC, which is anything below 30,000, has popped up. And obviously you can see all your results are dramatically reduced. Now, what I did was, when I went through this, I basically just opened up each and every one of these, just went through step by step systematically just to check what kind of competition there was. And interestingly enough, I came across the 3-day detox diet or 3-day detox keywords. And I basically just ran an SEO competition on this. And guess what? PR came out to be quite nice. It was actually all lower than the 2s and the 3s. And I'll switch a few things off just so that it doesn't confuse you. Let me just close this. Okay. That's a lot better. It's a lot easier to see. So in this matrix here, you can see a lot of green, which means the greens are actually a very, very good thing. It means that there's not much competition in certain areas. And the most important thing is, for me, when I look at this, is the PR, whether or not there's any competing websites with any PR above, say, 3 or 4. Once you get about 3 or 4, it's very difficult to compete. But as you can see, in the 3-day detox keywords, you got 1, 1, 2, 2, etc. And as you can see, these words here, or these PR websites, are not very, very highly ranked, which means that this is a good niche to jump into. And there's a high potential for me to get my website ranked up high. Furthermore, not many have very high backlinks, as you can see here, probably 178, which one little article blitz, I could probably blitz it more than that in a few goes. Furthermore, a lot of them don't have any title, URL, description, header of all these in it. So as you can see, it makes it a lot easier here. Now, in the challenge, when I was just reviewing, they said that you should have at least a minimum of 2 green lines completely across. And if you've got 2 green lines, it means it's going to be a market that's viable, and it's a market that you're going to be able to hopefully compete in. So basically, I've decided 3-day detox has enough search, has enough, not much competition, and also seems to be quite a market that is going to be people buying particular products in. The only way for me to know is obviously when I offer those products to see if they convert. So that's basically what I've decided. I've decided, after doing a bit more research, I've changed the market, the niche, into a 3-day detox, and I've purchased the domain, and now we're getting the articles all written up, and then soon we're going to have it marketed onto the internet so that we can get it onto Google and start ranking as well. So stay tuned for the next video. which I will be showing you exactly what the site looks like and what I'm doing as well too. But this is just to clarify with you, showing you and seeing or sharing with you exactly what's happened and how I've gone about to find another market that is a lot more viable for our challenge. All right, so I hope that you've learned something from here. Both Pat and I have had a chat about this, and we both are learning as well. So please, be kind to us with your comments. I mean, I love your feedback and also your criticisms as well, so that way we can help learn. But I'd love to also hear some positive comments to see how things are going as well. And if you've got any further questions, just feel free to leave it down below in the comment section as well. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I can't wait to share with you how we're progressing as well next. So have a great day and talk to you soon. Bye for now.